Hi there, you're listening to Cinema, where we pick a weekly movie genre, review a movie with that specific theme, and then discuss where the genre is going, where it's been, and figure out what significance it ultimately plays in cinema's history. As expected, there will be spoilers, and F-bombs are dropped pretty frequently. Alright, welcome back to another episode of Now Playing. We saw Spectre. Let's dive right in. Alright, let's just go right into it. What did we think of it?
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
That was pretty good.
Let's rank it out of the Daniel Craig movies.
Okay.
Second.
Second, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely put it in front of Skyfall.
Casino Royale.
Yeah, Casino Royale is my number one.
I think we're all going to have the same ranking on this.
Yeah.
Quantum is last.
Yep.
I like this better than Skyfall, I think.
So did I.
Yeah.
So I think we all have the same ranking.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all had the same ranking.
Yeah.
Weird.
Dude, Daniel Craig, okay, you go from Skyfall, where he's like, man, my shoulder hurts, blah, blah. His stunts in this were badass.
Yeah,
Even
were.
the opening scene was awesome.
The helicopter.
The helicopter and the building exploding and him falling down. Like, it was just cool as shit.
I'm a little, okay, I like the opening sequence, but I was kind of, like, really psyched when I saw him in costume, when he was wearing a full, like, Day of the Dead outfit.
That was cool, yeah.
And I was like, that's cool, but, like, then he got out of it. And then he was, like, in a suit. And I was like, okay, why the hell would you go from a suit to a suit? Like, that makes no sense. Like, who does that? It's like going to bed instead of putting pajamas on. You're like, I'm going to bed from my suit to my suit. Like, more comfortable clothes.
Instead of pajamas, you're going to put pajamas on?
Yeah, instead of pajamas, put pajamas on.
You know what he should have done? He should have taken off the costume or the outfit and put on some overalls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Like a straw hat.
Oh, yeah.
Just been like,
He's like, I'm American.
Well, howdy, partner.
I'm just an American
I'm
with
just
a sniper rifle.
I'm Jimmy Boone.
But no, I was hoping that, like, that costume would do something like... I'm sorry, that sounds stupid. Like, what kind of gadgets does the clothes have? No, I'm saying, like, I was hoping it was going to be, like, further in the scene, like he was going to have to fight in it or something. I was kind of bummed that, like, he got out of it really quick.
He was going to fight Danielson from Karate Kid.
Danielson! Oh!
Did we not think... Okay, I know we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. But we kind of got hints of Live and Let Die from, like, the poster, the trailers.
I was just looking at the poster, and it has, like, full-on Skeletor on the...
And it's from the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, Baron Samedi.
Yeah.
Baron Samedi.
That's what the characters from Live and Let Die. That makeup and stuff.
I just thought that was a weird marketing idea. I
think
thought,
it would have been totally fucking cool if they did a cold open, and he was, like, a dude that was a part of Spectre. Like, Baron Samedi.
Yeah.
And, like, captures him or whatever. And
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more with it.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I felt like the opening sequence. Okay, the helicopter stuff was cool when it went straight up.
Yeah,
but I was like, it wasn't that good of an opening sequence.
I thought it was. I thought I was perfectly happy.
I would say that's the only time I kind of like it was kind of a bad intro for me for the movie because okay, like when the movie starts, you got like that first like 5 minutes where like this is the first stuff we're going to show you this movie, right? And the first 5 minutes are really cool because it's like it's a one long take.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it was one take.
I thought it was a long take, and then fucking girls in the last row are like fucking bothering me.
They're gonna come back. We're gonna keep talking about these girls that sat behind us.
Okay, so there's some. Okay, we have learned as adults we do not sit in the back anymore.
Do not sit in the back.
That's where people go to hang out and just talk.
Yeah.
And it was cool when we were younger because we would talk.
Yeah.
But we're not that anymore.
Or like me when I went to go see another Bond movie, just fall asleep.
Yeah, there you go.
Every movie.
Narcolepsy.
But yeah, don't sit in the back. There were these girls behind us that were talking.
Oh,
and
it was bad.
We just kept telling them, shh, shh, shh. And then eventually, I made eye contact with them. And I was like, hey.
I'm the captain now.
I was like, I'm the captain
now. Oh, man. No way.
Yeah, it was pretty...
Anyways, back to the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's one long take all the way up to the
That's
point where he finds like this deal going down.
Because he's walking on the side of the window.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It was all the way from the streets into the hotel outside of on the roof.
Pretty fucking cool.
It was awesome, right? But like all the action that kind of took place was really boring.
I didn't think so.
Okay,
in that building,
I'm going to chew this movie out for this one thing. I think Sam Mendes is a really good director.
He really is, yeah.
His action, he doesn't know how to do action sequences. I think a lot of times he was looking back at. Okay, here's my like kind of like breakdown of action. We're gonna go back into Matt's breakdown corner here.
Okay.
This is how you do action. Action needs to be associated with the way we view things now. So I think you showed me a Tony Zhao video about
what?
Was it Tony Zhao? Yeah, it was about
the guy from Monk. The guy from Monk.
No,
it was about Jackie Chan. What?
Yeah.
I thought you meant Tony Shalhoub.
Wow, that's like nowhere in that ball field.
Yeah, not at all.
You mean Uncle Tony? No,
Yeah.
but he had that video about how to do action sequences.
Was basically just a series of long takes.
Yeah,
And then kind of incorporating the environment with your action sequences.
exactly. And I 100% believe what he said about it. But I feel like when the way we view things now, as far as action sequences go, is that we're so used to watching YouTube clips of real things happening and no cuts. And once you cut it, all of a sudden, it like for us as an audience now, it shows that it's fake.
Well,
You cut. You know what I mean?
because you have to readjust your perspective, I guess, on the geography of the scene.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yeah. So like doing an action sequence with just one long take or like longer takes makes it feel more intense.
That's why I like in Skyfall the Skyrise like fight when he's
when he's with that gun.
That's the best part of the
just
whole movie.
one long take of him, just basically fighting this dude.
But
it's
like
very quick.
I think with a lot of the scenes in this movie where there's so much editing and it was a lot of throwback James Bond sequences to like, oh, this is like a Bond sequence that's supposed to be in like a Roger Moore movie with an airplane going down the slope and stuff. That's like these action sequences seem so corny and they seem so fake and there's no danger.
It's like how much more destroyed can this plane get until like the very end of the action sequence.
And and they're so chopped up and like
I didn't have a problem with this at
not
all.
real.
I didn't either.
I
had a huge problem with it in this movie. Like the action sequences are probably the worst, the boringest part of this movie.
I thought these were the best action sequences since Casino Royale.
Oh yeah, I would say that. Yeah, for sure.
I'll give you the train scene fight when he's fighting the big guy. That was awesome.
Badass.
Dude, that guy was just badass. And the fact that he kept like dying and like coming back.
It's Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, cool. Okay.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know
He
that.
only has one line in Spectre.
I saw that.
Which is what?
Shit.
Yeah, basically just shit. He gets killed.
No, he was the best. He was probably one of the best parts.
He was like intimidating as
Yeah.
shit. Like just throwing Bond through all the walls of the train.
And this is our first henchman in the
new
Daniel Craig.
I would say
movies.
like a henchman that's actually proving like a danger.
Well, like Bond movies are known for like their henchmen.
Yeah,
like, this
like a
was
clever
like
henchman.
this was like Jaws in a way. You know?
Exactly.
It was.
Yeah.
Now, let's
but
go.
This is the first time it's popped up in Daniel Craig movie.
Let's go into. I know we've talked about that on the last podcast or the actual License to Kill podcast. Would we think of the theme song incorporated into the movie?
Oh, because this is the first time I finally got to hear
finally heard it. What'd you think?
It's not bad. It's just boring. It doesn't fit for Bond. It doesn't get me excited about the movie.
I thought it's exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like a Bond song needs to just throw you into the movie and not just be like gently like cradling you before.
Well,
you start
I thought
out.
it was a nice. It was cool to do something different. I think that dude has an awesome voice.
Yeah,
I think he's all up and down with his.
I think he's got a decent voice.
It was cool to hear something different. I liked it. It wasn't the best Bond song I've ever heard.
No, yeah. I still stand by it being the worst out of all the theme songs.
Oh, I don't think it's the worst.
I think it is.
I think it's the worst of the Daniel Craig's.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's the worst.
But there's definitely worse Bond songs.
Well, like to be honest, I'm gonna step on a lot of toes for this one. I don't like the Adele song that much.
I like the Adele song.
The Adele song's pretty.
I thought
good,
the Adele song was kind of boring, and I know what they're doing now with these Bond movies because we were talking about it earlier. Is that they're trying to throw back these songs back to the '60s movies?
That's what they should.
But you know what? The Chris Cornell song kicked ass.
And not a lot of people like that song.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. I thought that was a great throw into that movie. Like as soon as that movie started, and that was probably the best opening of any of the Bond movies.
Yeah,
that opening and then that song, and you're just like, holy shit, this is a new Bond.
Yeah.
Like,
how would you rank the Daniel Craig theme songs?
Okay.
When he sings?
No, no.
I would say the Jack White's my favorite.
Okay.
I love that song. Not a lot of people like that song. I think that song is perfect.
Yeah.
I think it was better than this one.
Well, I would probably say Jack White, Chris Cornell.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Tell me more.
Keep going.
Jack White, Chris Cornell, Skyfall, Sam Smith.
I think that'd be the order for me too.
Really?
I think I talked smack about the Jack White, but I listened to it a couple days ago.
It's a cool song.
Well, to be honest, I don't really like the Adele song too much, but I'd probably put it second.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's got range, and it really does stand out as it. I mean, well, I was about to say something I don't agree with.
Okay.
I think the problem with the Adele song is it doesn't stand out for me as a Bond song. It's it's a throwback. Like I've heard that Bond song a million times.
It's badass.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a good song. It's just nothing different for me. Like,
Okay.
You know, I can understand like everybody else's perspective on it. Like, oh, it's because Adele's really hot right now, and everybody looks at that song and they're like, "This is great." But since I grew up listening to those Bond themes all the time, I was like, "Yeah, this sounds like anything Shirley Bassey would have done.
Yeah. Okay.
It works, but
Yeah.
moving on towards the movie itself, it's not a very complicated plot this time.
No.
Obviously, if you haven't seen it yet, pretty much what it is we find out that all the Daniel Craig bad guys were all part of Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was all led by Ernest P. Worrell.
Oh.
Yeah. Shocker.
Entire time.
The entire time. No,
Man of mystery. And then what he does?
No, Blofeld pretty much runs this whole thing. And did you guys know he was Blofeld?
Oh, yeah. You had to have
He's
called
Blofeld.
it from the start when they do a movie on Spectre. You're
Yeah.
gonna get Blofeld.
I know. I kind of figured it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Dark Knight Rises came out,
Oh.
and they had blah blah come in. They're like, you kind of hear that internet speculation where you're like, oh, I know it's Talia.
It's just
Yeah.
like Khan.
Like, it's
also,
not-
also
Khan.
she spoiled it in an interview.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, it's all the same thing with the whole Khan from.
Mhm.
Oh
the new
yeah,
Star
that was a
Trek.
big one. Simon Pegg
Yeah.
now spoiled that one.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do
and he
remember that,
spoiled something for Star Wars by accident recently.
I don't say anything.
Yeah, don't
Don't.
because
Um,
and I will tell you when we saw this movie, they played the trailer for the new Star Wars, which I still have not seen anything for Star Wars yet.
Yeah.
You heard a lot.
I heard a lot. Then I started humming the Star Wars theme, and I closed my eyes, and my ears, and I didn't see anything. So
Yeah.
was it a good trailer?
I thought the one before this was better. Wait, we're getting on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're still talking about Spectre.
Okay.
It still
We're
happened
talking
during
about our
Spectre.
Spectre experience.
What'd you think of the
Let's
trailer?
talk about the trailers that we saw and the girls that sat behind us. And that's Spectre.
Did you like the Star Wars trailer?
Yeah, I think it was good. And I heard that's the last one they're doing, and it still doesn't give that much away.
No,
Okay.
they released a Japanese international yesterday, and they
really?
unveiled a whole lot
That's
of
what I
footage.
heard. Yeah.
Not,
I think-
not watched
I'll
it.
tell you what, I've been trying to ignore stuff from that movie, but I think I found out some stuff just by my own speculation.
Don't say anything.
Where I was like, fuck. I was
That
like,
was-
that's probably what that is.
Well, that's what was cool walking into Spectre is I saw the teaser trailer for this, and that was it. And it was refreshing because I didn't know this is that big action sequence coming up. Like it was just kind of like.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm not gonna watch trailers anymore. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll watch teasers,
Yeah.
but then that's it. I'm not.
Now, you know what? I might have enjoyed this movie so much, Spectre, because now I'm just saying that because we need to get back into
into the
Yeah,
movie.
back
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that so much because I watched the teaser trailer for this movie and I ignored every trailer, every TV spot up to the movie.
I say I watched the full trailer and then just didn't rewatch it or anything. So
No?
Yeah.
I mean, but I still knew, watching the trailer, I'm like, yeah, he's Blofeld. Like, I know that.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of forgot about it because they just hit it through the movie so well. I think where it just kind of wasn't hitting he's Blofeld,
Mhm.
but then if you know James Bond history, you're like, okay,
Mhm.
it's gonna be Blofeld. What'd you think of Waltz's performance?
That's pretty good. A little tame compared to his other stuff.
Yeah, I would give you that. I'll agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't over the top or anything. He was just pretty straightforward.
I don't think he
felt
needed to
yeah.
be over the top. He had some really good one-liners.
Yeah.
He did have a lot of good one-liners. There was a one-liner when he asked Bond, he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I came here to kill you." He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, I thought you came here to die."
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a total throwback.
Then it was
Yeah, it's a
what
throwback.
depends on the perspective or something is what Bond says.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, which is I think good
But-
rebuttal.
I was reading that Gary Oldman was offered this role,
Really?
and he turned it down because he didn't want to, or he couldn't work the 8 months for the movie or something like that.
Okay.
Okay,
But-
but you know what's weird about it is that he's not in the movie very much.
Gary Oldman.
No.
Yeah, Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
I didn't see
I
him
was saying, I don't think
once.
he's in it at all. I don't think
Like,
he's in
where
it at
was he in
all.
this movie? No, Christoph Waltz wasn't really in this movie. He was in it for one major scene, which
Yeah.
was its introduction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think he had.
It's up until
I'm looking at it as locations.
so he's
You know what I
there. He's there in Rome at the funeral,
Yeah,
and then he's at
Oh,
the
yes.
he's at the main meeting with Spectre,
yeah,
and then he isn't in it until the very end where they go to the main headquarters.
yeah. My
Basically.
sixth building.
But he was in this a lot quicker than I can't say his name. Javier,
Bardem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Javier
Yeah.
Bardem.
because
Yeah.
he's not in Skyfall for the first hour.
I think he has
Yeah.
the first hour,
and
then he,
Christoph Waltz was in the first half an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, that was probably one of my favorite scenes of that movie is when they had that meeting in the beginning
Yeah.
and Christoph Waltz was just talking.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, that was
creepy,
cool. And he was
wasn't
like,
dude?
he's like, James. And then I was like, okay, maybe you're supposed to think he's talking to James Bond, but he's talking to somebody else.
it? Yeah.
And just the way he looked up and Bond was like, yeah, fuck. Like,
Sure.
I thought it was so cool.
I'll tell you what, that whole sequence, that was my favorite sequence in the whole movie.
It's pretty good.
Because it was
Yeah.
just, something about it really creeped me out because it was, they walk in and there's this giant meeting going on with
They all,
all these people.
They all just kind of stop dead. you
Yeah.
know, and then just sit up.
Yeah.
Or they
and-
stand up or whatever, and then they're kind of watching him.
Oh, you're talking about when he goes to the facility. I'm talking about the meeting.
Oh no! It happens in the meeting.
Does it?
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're talking about like the world events are happening,
Yeah.
and then Christoph Waltz walks in. Everyone just stops dead. They all stand up.
Oh yeah.
To,
Okay.
like basically like, and he's just continue on.
But it's very creepy. It's like it's the first time I've ever watched like a Bond like moment in a movie. I was like kind of creeped out. I was like, it's very cultish.
Yeah.
You know, and I really, really love that sequence. But man, I hated the sequence that followed that
car chase?
The car chase?
That car chase was so unimportant.
I thought it was
good.
cool. I liked
That was
it.
pretty good,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was so bad. I mean, like, okay, why do they both have really? It looked like a car commercial
I
first
said
off.
the intro where he's walking into the main building just totally looked like a Fast and the Furious. Like
Oh yeah.
people
yeah.
have all their
Triple
like
X.
nice cars and everything.
No, I mean, it looked like a car commercial, but like, this was totally one of those moments where they got 30 pages into the script and they're like, wow, we haven't had an action sequence in 30 minutes.
yeah.
Like, we need something here. And like, let's just throw in a car chase. And there's nothing really dangerous about the car chase. You know, Bond's not going to get
Well, he has
captured.
a bulletproof car, so it's like not in any real danger.
Yeah, he's not in any real danger, and it's not funny, and it's not like intense and
Well,
exciting.
yeah, you had
It's
the whole
kinda-
scene where he was pushing the car in front of him.
that was funny.
That was cool. That was
Yeah,
an
that was
old,
funny.
that was an old like Roger Moore type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Roger.
I'll tell you
Moore
what
throwbacks.
though, I went to Rome like 3 years ago.
And I did the same thing.
No, yeah, I did the same thing, guys. No, but if you look in the movie, there's like no cars on the streets or anything. And when I was in
Yeah.
Rome, like at nighttime, it is fucking crazy traffic and everything.
Oh
Really?
yeah, this
Oh,
is
it's
totally
insane.
like this is like a Torque situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at the end of Torque, when the motorcycle's just going through the city and there's like no cars and it's like, you know what I mean? Like where?
This throwback.
Well, it's always that way in movies. Like where there's a
Yeah.
city sequence, it's like no. I'd even want to like drive when we went to New York City. We'd even drive inside the city.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even want to like be stuck in traffic. Because that's
I
all
was
it is.
gonna say, anytime
bumper
we
to
took
bumper.
like a taxi in Rome, like we would spend lots of time in traffic, even at like nighttime, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it just kind of threw me off.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
completely empty. Oh, I agree
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So
That's-
I thought like that this sequence was a throwaway sequence for me. I didn't need this. I was so creeped out by that like that cult meeting scene.
Mhm.
That you
like-
left the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I gotta get a warm drink because I got the shivers.
I
I got goosebumps. I need a warm drink
Call me R.L. Stein.
because I got goosebumps. I need a hot chocolate.
Let's talk about the I thought was very unexpected was having Q so much in this film.
I
Yeah.
liked it.
This is the most action Q scene since License to Kill.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean, they just introduced him in the last movie
Yeah, it's
for
true.
like 10 seconds.
And then he fucks up royally when he lets Javier Bardem hack into like the system.
Exactly,
whatever, you
yeah.
know.
And he's got a very small role. And then this one, I mean, he was in a good amount.
Yeah, he's in it for a while.
We don't get a lot of gadgets. We get the watch.
The watch,
Yeah.
some functioning gadgets on the car.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
but-
even like okay, I thought the nano they put nanotechnology
yeah.
into his bloodstream,
Yeah.
right? It was called nano blood, is what they
Yeah.
called it, I think. I really thought that was gonna be something different. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like maybe that'll like heal him if he
he
gets
can like
hurt.
he can like morph into T1000. You know.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. Like maybe this will do something. Like, oh, it's just to track you. I was like, really?
I would have got up in the middle of the movie if he turned into T1000.
That'd be
I would have
badass.
walked out of the theater.
That'd be badass.
I'm like, I'm going to get a warm drink.
I'm gonna join Matt at the concession.
Let's talk Bond girls. The first Bond girl is
Monica Bellucci.
Yeah.
Monica Bellucci.
I
I didn't know she was in this.
I did. Yeah.
I remember when I saw her name pop up, I remembered, oh, like, yeah, she's in this. But she's not in this very long.
No, I thought
No,
she
she's like one of those. In every now and then in a Bond movie, you'll get like a quick Bond girl.
Yeah.
Nothing too long.
But this is the first like throwaway Bond girl, like big name throwaway Bond
Mhm.
girl I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Where she didn't even die. Like her character didn't do anything. I heard that a lot of her scenes were left on the cutting room floor.
Oh, really?
So I don't even know what like she could have died.
Yeah, it's possible because like she was talking about how like you could just kill those two guys, like they're gonna
you
keep
gave
sending.
me, yeah, you just saved me 5 more minutes. or
Yeah.
something like
So
that.
Yeah.
basically, after he left, after having sex with her,
yeah,
she basically died after 5 minutes.
pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, that was just kind of weird. Like I feel like she was a bigger name.
Yeah.
She originally auditioned for Terry Hatcher's role in
Oh, really?
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they went with Terry Hatcher over her,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Actually, that's one of my favorite Bond girls.
Terry Hatcher?
Terry Hatcher.
Really?
Okay.
Paris, I think her name is, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
the girl from American Idol.
Paris. Her name's Paris Christmas Halloween.
What?
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
surprise me if that's what it was. And then the main Bond girl, who is why are we laughing?
I'm just thinking of other names,
Okay,
like Paris Christmas Boots.
What?
That's her name. Miss Boots.
Matt, why don't you get a warm drink, buddy?
Yeah, I'm cold. I got the shivers.
No, who was the main Bond girl? What was
Her name is Leah Seydoux.
What was her name in the movie?
Daughter of Mr. White.
Daughter of Mr. Okay, I think she did an okay job. I don't think she was absolutely amazing or anything.
Dude, you should see her in Blue's Warmest Color.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you ever seen that movie?
No.
She was. Remember that Blue's Warmest Colors, that drama that came out about a couple years ago from France.
Okay.
That's what her big name is from that movie.
Oh, really?
Okay. And holy crap, those scenes are graphic.
I'll tell you. I looked her up.
Get your computers.
I looked her up, and she has quite a list going for movies. She's been some pretty big.
Ironically, though, I'm gonna bring her. That you brought her up. Ironically, she was in Inglourious Bastards.
She was.
Yeah, she was one of the daughters of the farmhand in the very beginning of the movie, which is ironic because it was kind of like her and Christoph Waltz. You know?
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so can we
your
talk
7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
Dr. Madeline Swan.
Okay, that's what. That's right. Let's talk about the twist they never reveal, where Blofeld is going to kill Bond, and he's like, he's gonna die, never knowing how she relates to him or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. What was that? No, she was.
I heard that, but I wasn't really sure where they were going with it.
They never went anywhere with it.
Yeah, because like he was. I don't remember. Like that was kind of a weird sequence for me.
They pulling like an old boy situation on that.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I thought that was gonna happen.
He said something when she came in. He's like, "I'm glad all of us are here." Like,
yeah,
and it made it like I knew they were like before that sequence. We found out they were related.
Yeah,
like or not related like blood, but like
story.
Stepbrothers.
Yeah.
Kind of stepbrothers.
What did you think about the whole stepbrothers thing?
I liked it.
Did he not? So I'm confused because I felt like he didn't know who he was.
James Bond didn't know who he was?
Yeah, like in the meeting, he didn't like recognize him or anything.
Yeah, no, he talks about it. He
why
knew who he
Bond
was.
Recognize him?
Bond did recognize him.
Did he?
Yeah, he talked about it because he's like, look him up. And he's like, no, he's dead. And he's like, no, I saw him there. And like, because they talk about it.
Okay.
And he's trying to convince him. And then Q's like, no, he's dead. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he recognized
I feel like that should have been a bigger plot. That like,
it was.
Like,
I felt
they
it was
said
kind of
it.
like
more of a mystery, you know? I feel like they said it as a throwaway line when he's in that stupid car chase. He's like, look him up.
I thought it was just like some guy that he found out or whatever. I guess I didn't like make that connection.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't make there was a lot like it was just sometimes there was like weird exposition.
I feel like there was a
thrown
lot
in like for like 1 or 2 lines just to kind of sum something up.
Yeah.
Like, to explain that, like why didn't he recognize him? You know, to explain that they threw away like a couple lines, like well, you know, he's dead.
Well, I mean, if you did you watch the movie?
Yeah. There's girls, dude. It was just
I was actually gonna bring it up. I was like, I think there's a lot of talking during that scene. That I can really...
it takes you out.
It does.
You know, it takes you out, man.
It does.
Takes you out. It doesn't even buy you dinner.
It's
like the worst date to go out on. You know what I mean? It takes you out. It just takes you out of the movie.
Yeah.
That's Matt's I don't understand corner.
I don't understand. Matt's corner.
You don't understand Matt's corner? You're the one that created it.
I know.
Let's talk about the explosions in this movie, man. I'll tell you what. I don't
loudest I've ever since Jurassic Park in theaters.
Because we were in the theater watching, and I'm pretty sure the 2 movies
I know what
right and left us were watching the same movie because every once in a while it sounded like a rocket ship taking off and the ground would shake and it'd just be like a dialogue sequence in our movie.
Yeah,
and I was like, I knew they were on different times.
I think it was like during the the torture scene.
Yeah.
But I heard like the rumble. I was like, wait, is it like part of the movie or is it like
the theater?
Sucks. Let's talk about Blofeld's Saw Trap. I felt
okay. Yeah.
You can either save yourself or you got 3 minutes. It felt like a Saw.
Oh, your life. Yeah. Game over.
Let's wait for Blofeld to come on a little tricycle and be like,
with like the little the rosy red cheeks.
No, I thought it was a little out of place.
Yeah.
I guess it was like, I don't know.
Well, okay, here's my kind of like only problem with like the plot and the structure of the movie is that Blofeld is basically a secret and nobody knows about him until this movie. Mm-hmm. But like, fuck, he makes himself pretty much known a lot in this movie.
He does.
Like, he puts his face out a lot. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm going to go to London and set up an elaborate trap for Bond. And it's like, dude, you're blowing your whole, like, your mystery.
I think that's the thing with, like, this movie where I think the only problem I really had with Blofeld is that they showed him way too much. Whereas, like, if you look at the other movies, you see like the typical like hand, like
Yeah.
the cat or
Good
whatever.
point,
you
yeah.
know? And you do see the cat, and that's like right before he reveals that he's Blofeld, basically.
Mhm.
I did not like the ending of this movie.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like the last third. I don't want to say third act, but the last like half, like 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Really?
All the stuff that took place in London.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy
I
that.
make fun of the whole saw trap thing, but I mean, I did like him like running through there. I like the whole helicopter chase.
That was good.
Yeah.
I think this the fate of Blofeld.
Well, you
Yeah,
knew he
I
wasn't
would-
gonna die.
Yeah.
No,
we
I knew
all
he
knew
wasn't
that,
gonna die,
yeah.
but like I kind of rather have him like just sneak off and
Fucking
get away.
Yeah, dip out or have like one of those crashes where it's like, oh, did he die? And then he ends up surviving. And
Yeah.
sequel
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that like I felt like everything was like wrapped up to like nice and neat at the end
Yeah.
of the
Really?
movie.
Yeah.
I
You know what I
loved. I'll tell you what. I loved his makeup. I mean, if you,
Yeah,
it's just
That was
insane.
badass.
That compared to like Donald Pleasant's makeup,
Yeah.
like it's just insane. Like that was cool as shit looking.
Yeah.
I really like that. And going back to how he got the scar,
Yeah.
I thought he could have explained a little bit better about how the watch actually was going to explode.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like he gave it to her and he's like 1 minute. And then like how's she supposed to know?
Okay,
it's
this sounds stupid, but I swear to God, like, did he make a reference when he gave him the watch in the beginning of the movie? Q gave James
about
Bond
the
watch.
sound it makes?
It was
That's
a
what I
sound
thought.
thing, wasn't
That's
it?
what I thought it was.
Yeah, I kept waiting for the like. Okay, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Like, wait, he
Yeah,
I
Q
thought it
said
was gonna be,
something
like,
about
this, like,
how high pitch it's going to be
That's
or
what
something
I
like that.
thought. Yeah.
yeah.
And so I was like waiting for it, and then it exploded, and I was like, "Oh, I feel like an idiot." But
I
I'm
was
so
like, I felt like
glad.
an idiot too. I'm
Yeah.
so glad
Yeah.
you guys like. I
Yeah.
thought I like misheard it. I was like, man, there goes me not paying attention again.
Yeah. No, I was
That's-
waiting for the high pitched sound. It was
So that, and
yeah.
I was like, even if he does a high pitched sound, how's he gonna get out of this trap? It's
That's
so
right.
tied
Yeah,
up, you know.
yeah.
Like, okay, I
Yeah.
feel a lot better thinking the
Yeah.
same way you guys did.
Okay,
But-
man, that was weird. That was like they totally said that, and that's not what it did.
No, I'll tell you what. I wish Bond would have told her, like, "Hey, in a minute, throw this." Instead, he was like, "Hey, in a minute, you got a minute." And then to tell her to throw it, he's like,
She's
"Man,
just-
time flies." And she's like, "Yeah, it does. Do you want your watch back?"
That's how it's like. How does she know to get rid of it? You
Yeah.
know, like he didn't say like get rid of it.
Time flies.
Get rid of it.
What?
It sure does. I remember being young.
I remember this one time. When...
James Bond will not be back for the sequel. And so we 009 returns.
Okay, is 009 supposed to be anybody, or is that just kind of like
I wish
Sean
they-
Bean.
Was it?
Sean Bean was 006?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
006,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Who's
I kind of
the-
wish they showed 009, but I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man. Every time I feel like we bring up Goldeneye more than anything. I
Yeah.
want to go back and watch that movie.
I do
GoldenEye's
too.
fucking badass.
It
Goldeneye's
really
cool.
is. You know, what? And I think I don't know if I read this somewhere, if we talked about it, but about how Daniel Craig's like the first Bond to actually get like physical and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you watch Pierce Brosnan
Oh,
in
yeah.
Goldeneye,
Yeah.
he's because we were talking about this earlier. He's like running and he's diving.
Oh yeah, he's diving down like steps and everything.
Let's
Yeah.
be
Doing
honest.
tumbles.
Like all these Bonds are really good in their first
Their
movie
first,
appearance,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they get like old by the second one.
Yeah.
Like the second one, they're
Well,
like,
no,
I'm
if you
too
look
old
at
to do this.
Daniel Craig, he's in his fourth movie. He's still pretty like physical.
But yeah, but on Skyfall, they were like, "Hey, he's like, I'm retired. I'm getting old. I have shoulder
he
problems."
got shot and fell
He
off a
didn't
train.
have shoulder problems. He got shot. I know.
You got-
It's not an old man thing.
My shoulder. A sciatic nerve.
my rotator cuff.
I slept on it wrong.
Get the Ben Gay. Get the Ben Gay.
That's Q's invention.
Just bang
It's a simple invention. It's called Ben Gay.
Don't put it on your face. It's not lotion. That happened to me once.
Don't use it for happy time.
You use Bengay's lotion.
It was
Why
early in
did
the
you-
morning. I woke up. It was like high school. I was stupid. I was in dumb classes, and I put Ben Gay on my face. I thought it was
That really happened? You
Yeah.
knew what you're putting on your
Man,
face.
that didn't happen.
Then why would you tell that story?
I don't know, man. We're telling stories.
This isn't
tonight.
fact or fiction, man.
Do you believe it? Believe it or not.
We'll take callers now.
Urban legend or urban truth?
Urban truth. All right, so I was reading reviews for this movie. This has the worst reviews out of all four Daniel Craigs.
Yeah.
Really?
That blows my
Yeah.
mind.
Okay, because like when I went in this movie, I heard that reviews saying it was the best Bond ever.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
so
see
did
it.
I.
I haven't seen that
Yeah,
at all.
I heard that a couple
Why
times.
is that? Because this wasn't like Quantum Solace bad. Like in this
Quantum
one,
Solace is rated higher than this one.
That's
Really?
wild to me.
That blows my mind. I
this
think
movie
this
wasn't bad.
No, okay. Well, let's talk about things we didn't like about it. Because in all honesty, I mean, I know I say this all the time. I would have said cut out 10 minutes of it. Because
Yeah.
it does drag at one point. But other than that, the characters are great. The action's great. I thought this was a perfect Bond movie.
I was gonna say there's a lot of like scenes in the movie where it's like just Bond on a trek across the landscape.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they
there
could
was a
easily
couple of
trim that
those.
stuff
I
out.
just
whatever.
don't think Sam Mendes is like. I don't think an art house director is the best director for a Bond movie.
I don't think he is art house director.
He
though.
is.
No, he's not. He's
He's
done.
like-
I would say
you got Jarhead.
No, I would say
Jarhead's not an
I would not
an art.
classify him as an art.
Okay,
house
maybe
director.
not. Well, I'm saying like more of his style is like.
Which is like heavy on the drama.
Yeah, that's true.
Which
that is true.
Which
yeah,
I give
okay.
him props for because he came
Never
from
mind,
such
rebuttal. I take back what I said
Okay,
because of what
thank
you said.
Thank you.
I give him props for that because he came from such a dramatic filled Skyfall with no action, and he went into this, and I thought he did pretty good. I mean, this is his first real action sequences,
Yeah.
and I thought he did a really good job with it. That train sequence is awesome.
The train
pretty
sequence is
badass.
awesome, but
Yeah.
the airplane going down the slope and then the car chase scene were like just boring throwaway action sequences. That's the 10 minutes I would have cut from the movie.
Really?
Yep.
So is that it? Is that all we're complaining about? The song sucked.
Too long. Song sucks. I would have made a better ending for Blofeld.
Yeah, I would have had it open ended.
Yeah,
Open ended.
because they always do like I
Like
feel
him getting away?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they
or
always,
just him
they
not-
always do the whole like Blofeld maybe dying.
Yeah.
and then he returns as like in the sequel. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't. They did that with the bomb in the like. I thought the facility at the end. I thought that was it. I thought that was our main like set piece or whatever.
Okay.
And the fact that he like gets blown up which is where he gets the scar. You know.
Yeah.
I thought that was it for him. And then he shows up with the scar. It would have been nice to have him like show up in the sequel with the scar. Like, oh shit, he survived.
Oh, okay.
you know?
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
you know
that's
he's
a deal.
handicapped now too.
What?
Like I think they were luring at that too.
Oh,
Like, he
he's
was
like-
crawling out of the airplane.
I see. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
like
that's
he's
actually a good
handicapped
point.
now. Like he's gonna be in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
That's sad.
So you're talking about you think they
Bond fucked him up.
you're saying they rushed it too much? Like
I
all
feel
that.
like, yeah.
So you're kind of saying it was. This is my opinion.
Okay.
That they kind of two-faced it from Dark Knight.
Ooh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they really rushed Two-Face
Yeah.
in that movie, where it's
Yeah.
like they should have ended it, but they're like, no, here he is. Here's Two-Face. He's got the thing. You
I
know?
agree. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So
I
okay.
agree.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you know he's gonna be in the next movie or the movie after that. He's gonna escape. You know, like
Like,
they're
I
still
feel
gonna
like-
bring him back.
I feel like the big reveal of him being Blofeld is enough. That's all you need to show.
yeah,
Explosion. End the story. Go get C. You know.
yeah. I
then-
thought like C was gonna be the bad guy they were going
Yeah.
after. Like, okay, this is the Bond villain for this movie.
Yeah.
They just set
Okay.
Blofeld up.
yeah.
Because like Blofeld was such a cool character. They set him up, and by the end of that movie, he looks so weak.
Yeah.
Like his like face is all fucked up, and he's like crawling on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's like he's not the same guy you saw like at the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie.
Shrouded in darkness.
Yeah,
and-
who had all these people underneath his like. There were people in
That's
his
a
web.
really good point, actually. Yeah,
you know,
I didn't
and
think
it's
about
like
it that way.
they kind of just threw him away so quickly.
Also,
instead of kind of just keeping that.
I think they're setting him up for
I'd say-
when he returns.
I would say piggybacking on that, they should have had a lot more like firefights with like henchmen from Spectre.
Yeah, you didn't see any
there
of
wasn't
that.
a lot. Like
Because this is the
basically all-
first time in a while that they've had like henchmen
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this, and it was kind of cool to see again. But yeah, there was really nothing.
Well, I was gonna see like tertiary like henchmen. You know, like Dave Bautista. He's like the secondary henchman. You know,
Okay.
but like more people that are just like red shirts essentially, where they just get killed left and
Yeah,
right.
Well,
no,
yeah,
I
they
agree,
did,
yeah.
but like it was like Bond's a fucking crack shot.
Yeah.
He's got his game shark hooked
Yeah.
in, and he's just like
His
shooting
game
everybody with
shark.
one shot.
Yeah, he was just no scoping everybody.
Yeah, he's
you know?
no scoping everybody.
He's just shooting from the hip basically.
Yeah.
and getting perfect
He's
shots.
not even looking at him. He's like closing
Yeah.
his eyes.
Yeah, he's like, hey, watch this, and he's just shooting without like looking.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember reading, or somebody told me there was somebody in this movie that was off the show Sherlock.
Yeah, it's C.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, okay,
Yeah.
that's the person from Sherlock.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
He's like pretty awesome in Sherlock.
Yeah, he's
Really?
awesome in
Oh
Sherlock.
yeah.
what'd you guys think of him in this?
Little kind of wasted. He was
I
kind
kind
of
of
boring.
felt so. Yeah.
Like I feel like if they would have taken out the last 20 minutes with Blofeld, right?
Okay.
Like in the helicopter stuff, and made C more of like an actual villain,
yeah.
I think then they could have ended the movie with
It
him.
would have been, I think, a lot better having C more terrifying, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then having Blofeld as that like he's like in charge of Spectre, but almost like the secondary villain
Okay.
of the movie.
Yeah, just
and
kinda
having
like-
C
yeah.
more like instead of like finding out like the last like C's bad.
It's just
Okay.
it's just wrapped up too nicely
Yeah.
at the end. I feel like
I'll tell you what I'll say.
I feel too
I'm-
happy walking out of a movie that like was so grim
Yeah.
and so kind of like gray through the
Yeah.
entire movie that
Yeah,
I
but
feel
you
too-
kind of need a happy ending for the Bond thing. Because, I mean, after Casino Royale, Vesper dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember anything from Skyfall. I probably never will. And then Skyfall, M dies. And it's like, all right, let's give him somewhat of a happy ending.
Yeah.
And which is legit.
Yeah.
I give it that. I will say that I'm kind of surprised it took this long to bring Blofeld back. I mean, the
Yeah.
last time we saw Blofeld
Well,
was...
there's a story behind that, but go ahead.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have
go
the
ahead.
rights.
Say last time. What was last
The
time?
last time you saw him was For Your Eyes Only.
But technically, it's not even him because they never utter his name.
It
and
is
his name's
him.
not listed as Blofeld. Now the rights just got extinguished recently, so the Blofeld rights.
That's why they just fucking
Came back.
they basically sped up the process. Like, let's do a Spectre movie.
Yeah,
you know?
because I mean, like, I don't know the whole legal history. I'm kind of like paraphrasing it here, but the guy who was writing the screenplay for Thunderball at the time had the rights to Blofeld, and he just passed,
Okay.
and they just like relinquished the rights over from the Blofeld character.
Okay.
But since like I think Diamonds Are Forever is the last movie Blofeld's name is uttered.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's For Your Eyes Only in the beginning,
Okay.
but they never say his name. They just
That's
do the
insane.
lookalike.
That's
Yeah.
a long ass time.
Yeah, so it's been that long since Blofeld's been actually like Blofeld
Wow.
in the Bond movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to say this though. I think it's time for Daniel Craig to go.
No, not at all.
I think Daniel Craig is.
He's got one more, and I'm not sick of him
Okay,
yet.
I'll agree with you.
One,
more.
I can do one more.
One
Yeah.
more solid movie, and I think he's already signed on. to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, he's already signed up.
but I
so
think
we're
he's
good.
kind of boring.
I don't.
Like I don't.
He threw some good humor in this one. I thought he had that.
He's
that
not very expressionless though. He doesn't like his humor doesn't show very much in his face.
Well, I think
or,
it's
like,
just because
that's why it's
it's
so
mannerisms.
dry.
Well,
that's what I like about
that's
it.
why I think it's because of like the whole Sam Mendes like direction.
Yeah.
Because if you look at him in Casino Royale, he's much more like animated and everything, and cracking jokes left and right.
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. I think they need to bring Martin Campbell back into the
Yes.
fold, basically.
Martin Campbell's like their like.
I think they're
saving grace.
worried about it because his last movie was Green Lantern.
Oh,
I'm not
shit,
worried.
yeah.
No, he's basically like the Frank Darabont to Stephen King adaptations.
Oh, so you think Martin Campbell is the James Bond?
He made GoldenEye,
Yeah.
which is fucking kick-ass.
Yeah.
And then he made Casino Royale, which is also kick-ass.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm surprised
Okay.
they didn't bring him back for Quantum of Solace. Like,
Well, I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now, Sam Mendes will probably come back for the next one
oh yeah,
because they'll do a
Yeah, he's-
Sam Mendes
he's
trilogy.
frank.
I don't think they
franchise.
will. I think he'll move on
I think they'll bring him back.
because originally I guess they were trying to get Christopher Nolan to do this.
I would,
And
I,
that
I would
would've
not
been-
see. I would not want to see a Christopher Nolan.
it would've
Really?
been-
No.
Oh man, I think that'd be
Oh,
awesome.
I think it'd be amazing.
I think it'd be so cool. I think the plot would be so intricate because, like, okay, so like, what gets you through a Bond movie? I was looking at this time too. I was watching. I was like, what kind of gets you through this movie? I feel like the main element is it has to be a mystery.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be mysterious. Like, you got to know, and this really helped in this movie, not knowing what was like the truth they were going after. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it like there's mysterious elements that were brought in that were not usually put in a Bond
Mhm.
movie. Another thing being the stunts will get you through the action sequences, but since nobody really is an expendable character, it's hard to watch any sequence and feel any danger. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know Bond's not going to die.
You know what? The only
You know,
time,
like I mean, M died,
yeah.
but I think the
Yeah.
only character you really have to rely on with being expendable is the girl. So the Bond girl being like
Yeah.
the character that you fear for, like fearful.
Well, you saw Vesper die in the first one.
Yeah,
That was,
exactly.
Like, yeah, it was like unexpected. you
That's
know?
which I like, kind of like because they're kind of throwing stuff at you. Like not everyone's safe, and I like
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
But I will say, and I think it's the only time I actually got nervous for James Bond. But it was that damn like conference table scene when he
Yeah.
just
Pretty
said, "Hey
intense.
James," and like I was seriously like, "Fuck!" I was like, "He's got you, dude!" Like
Yeah.
that was a cool.
Yeah.
But
And when he threw that guy onto the table,
I laughed. I was like, "Holy shit,
dude, that was awesome.
that would be kind of. I want to kind of see that scene fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like it'd be kind of cool if they brought him down to that table
yeah,
and
Yeah.
like something happened at that table. You know,
yeah."
like
Yeah.
kind of just stretch that out instead of doing like an action sequence. Go
So
for
you want to know the
suspense.
guy's story? You want to hear his backstory of what?
Yeah, no, I meant like
You were hoping that when he fell onto the table, the camera followed him,
And
and,
then
you're
his,
like,
like-
"What's his story?"
And then
What's
his
that
life
guy's
story of
story?
like his rehabilitation and basically like getting back on his feet. And
His
working
wife leaves him. She's like, "I can't deal with this. I thought I could, but I can't."
back. And then Arnold's like, "Meet me halfway, Harry."
Okay, now I want to play a little game called Guess the Budget.
Okay.
oh my god.
Let's play.
All right, I'm not good at this.
No, no, no.
$5.
No, Matt, you can try a little bit higher, dude.
it's
Wait,
it's
Butterfinger,
400 million.
All right, what do you think, Matt?
350 million.
Estimated at $350 million. It's the most expensive Bond ever. Where was this $350 million? I did not see it in this movie.
I think in the cameras.
You think they put money in the cameras?
Well,
they filled it.
Filled it. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Why don't they just shoot that shit with DSLRs, man? Like,
With
it's
the
save so much more money.
With a 60D and a 70.
With the iPhone 6, it's got 4K video now.
Apple proudly sponsors James Bond.
Edited on iMovie. With all the limited things you can do on iMovie.
Yeah.
No, so I would definitely see the budget in when they probably the train. I'm sure they made the train,
Yeah.
and then when they blew up Blofeld's entire facility, which was kind of
Yeah.
unnecessary.
That was so. I don't care, man. That was awesome.
It was
just
great,
the
but
way
it
they
was just
watched
So
it.
loud.
I was
Yeah.
like, man, shit, if that's all it takes, I was like, what if somebody like hits my house with like a stray bullet, you know? Like my house goes up like Blofeld.
Dude, that's the same thing I thought when I saw it too,
Like,
man.
what if I'm sitting in my living room watching Cops and then my house just blows up?
Why are you watching Cops, man?
Stray bullets, man. Like that's what I'm talking about. Stray bullets.
Stray bullets? Okay.
Crack shots. Game Shark. Guys, come on, connect the dots.
Oh my god.
James Bond hip shooting.
Hip shooting.
Does anybody
No
have
scope.
anything to add to this?
I was gonna say they probably like closed down Rome, which probably cost a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah, no
here's one.
shit.
All the fucking helicopters.
I
that
was
were in
gonna
the
say
movie.
helicopters, all the cars they had outside the Spectre headquarters or whatever.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
is it like okay, I know I'm gonna get the same I'm gonna get the answer I'm expecting out of this, but why would Q Branch spend like $3 million on a prototype car?
A bulletproof car.
Yeah, a bulletproof car that's like brand new, like hot sports car.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just do a Humvee, dude?
Yeah.
Like I know it's like the answer I'm gonna get at is like, well, it's James Bond, he's gotta have a sports car. I was like, yeah, they're spies, right? They're all spies, but they're out in the open with their like fast sports cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
They're not
true.
very
That's a good
conspicuous.
I do feel like with all the Rome stuff and everything blowing up, I did feel like this is like James Bond meets Transformers.
Okay.
I felt
yeah.
like Michael Bay, like it was. I watched a lot of this. I was like, fuck. I was like, everything is being blown up. Like this
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
Which was a little. I think it was a little much for a Bond movie. But then again, we haven't seen something like that in a
Yeah.
while in a Bond movie where it's just like mass destruction.
You know, but like now that you say that though, I kind of feel like this movie could have needed like just one explosion, because when you have one explosion, it's effective. But like they started the movie off with an
There's
explosion.
a building falling.
There's like 3 huge.
Yeah, but
buildings,
it's like
yeah.
you know, it's like not effective when you see that stuff.
It was.
so much.
It was still cool as shit. I think every
Yeah.
building.
But like that one in the beginning was so pointless. Like,
But it was
like,
cool though.
He like shot the bomb that
He
destroyed
shot
the
the-
entire building,
He
but
shot
not the guy.
He shot the meth lab that was inside that building. It just blew up the building.
Some kid's chemistry set.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, well that's Spectre. We all loved it, right?
I liked it. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
When
yeah.
did we like it or we love it?
Well, now that we've talked about it and destroyed.
Well,
the
now we all ranked it as our second out of
Ooh,
the Craigs.
okay, I do have to bring this up. We didn't bring this up earlier. I have to throw out. My girlfriend brought this up, and we all thought this was very interesting. But there's a scene in the movie where Moneypenny is sleeping with somebody.
It's during the
in her
Rome
bedroom.
chase scene.
Yeah, it's during the Rome chase scene. Bond calls her, and she's in bed with somebody. They don't show who's in bed, but and then like I said, I'll give my credit to my girlfriend for saying this. She thinks it was Q that was in bed with Moneypenny.
Very interesting.
The original Q from the original
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Desmond Lewin.
Yeah, Desmond was it?
I think it's Lewin.
Yeah, Llewellyn or whatever.
Which I think is possible. I think that's kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah, why
But
not?
that spins into what you guys think of the new M. I think he does a good job.
Oh,
Ralph
Ray
Fiennes?
Fiennes?
yeah.
he's
I don't think
awesome.
I've ever seen him in a movie before.
I
I know who he is, but I just don't.
No,
I've
you've
never
seen
him.
you've seen a lot of movies. with
I
him.
haven't.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
You saw Skyfall?
You saw Red Dragon.
Yeah, I've seen Red
Yeah.
Dragon.
He's
He's
a
the guy who
Princess
lit
Dollarhide.
Philip Seymour Hoffman on fire and pushed
Yeah.
him in a wheelchair.
That's right. Okay. What else we got?
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Never saw it.
Oh wow.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
He's
Schindler's
in
List
Schindler's
is his
List.
big
Never saw it.
What?
Keep going. Harry
No, I'm
Potter?
sorry, English
Yeah.
Patience.
Never saw Harry Potter.
Voldemort.
Never saw it.
Voldemort.
He's Voldemort.
Never saw it.
English Patience is his biggest one. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
See, I've
that
never
was
seen
his-
any of
that
these
was
movies.
his claim to fame.
But he's good. I like him.
What are you
in it.
doing a movie podcast for when you're not watching any of these movies?
On a side note, this will be my last podcast.
Yeah, go watch movies
I'm
first.
kicking you out of the Ralph Fiennes fan club.
it's hard to watch these movies when I have like the Friday 13th box set and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, I gotta get my money's worth, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
So I
true.
gotta watch them over and over
Yeah.
and over.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so. All right, well, that's Spectre. Did we all love it or we like it? I loved it. Did you guys like it or love it?
I really liked it. I thought it was better than Skyfall. I just think it's a definitely entertaining movie and it's worth your money.
I liked it.
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Spectre. Thanks for joining us on the Now Playing. Next time you hear us, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program
Yeah, this might come out in the near future.
in the near future. But when you hear it, it'll be the present. So it doesn't make any sense. As always, I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Honto.
We'll see you next time.